This is Carl at XLR Detroit, and I'm going to walk you through this 2022 XLR Boost toy hauler, and the model number is 21QBS. Now this isn't a floor plan video, it's a how-to video, so I'm just going to go over some of the features for you, okay? Alright, so you obviously have power stabilizers on here. One switch controls both rear and another switch up front controls both front. Your fuel pump and nozzle are behind here. Okay, you have outside speakers, power awning with LEDs, lights. If you look here, you got TV signal out plus power and a place to hang your TV out here if you choose to. You have a shower here, just a outside shower. There's the other switch for your front stabilizers. This crank here, the smaller one, is for the power tongue jack in case it fails. If it ever fails on you, you can always pull this plug up, put the crank on there, and you can actually crank it manually in an emergency to get hitched and unhitched. That screen is for the back when you have the ramp down, and you can hang that there to keep the bugs out. 2 LP tanks, which are full, automatic changeover regulator, power tongue jack, of course, we just talked about, deep cycle marine battery, and this red keyed switch here is the kill switch for the battery. So in here, this is prepped for a generator, okay? So it's already prepped. You have your power cord in here, 30 amp, 30-foot cord. You have your dump hose and then a reducer to reduce your short cord down to 20 amps if you need to in an emergency, okay? Also, these fuel lines down here, this is all part of the prep for a generator, okay? Your slide room is commonly referred to as a Schwintek. Excuse me. Even though it's owned by Lippert now, people still refer to it as a Schwintek. Don't know what you're talking about. Excuse me. I'm being overpowered by pollen here. This is where your short cord hooks up to. You have your dump valves here. Gray is the larger one's always the black valve, so you have your black and your gray. When it comes to fill, your city water connection fill is right here. So you're just going to hook up to there and you're all set. But if you're camping someplace that doesn't have city water, you can pre-fill the tank here and use the onboard pump to pump it. I'll show you the pump when we get inside, okay? These are just cable and satellite through, coax through, okay? Now this right here is a black tank flush. So basically, after you dump your black tank, you can put your dump station hose on here, turn it on, and it'll flush out your black tank, clean off the sensors, that sort of thing. Just make sure that the black tank valve is open, okay, when you do it. You have on-demand water here, so I'll show you the switches inside, but it's on demand, so you get a non-stop supply of hot water. This is your vent for your range hood. See, there's 2 little thumb grabs there where you can pop the baffle open. So if you're venting to the outside using the fan and the range hood, you always want to pop the baffle open so it flaps freely when you're venting. When you're not, you can, when you are in storage or transit, you can always push it shut so it doesn't get damaged. But when you're venting, you want that open. You have a ladder which gives you easy access to the roof, which is great because the manufacturer states every 60 days you should inspect it. Make sure there's nothing happening up there that you need to know about. damage to any of the roofing attachments or material by low branches or road debris, any crack in the sealant where water could get through, anything like that. So you're just inspecting it to protect your investment. So keep that in mind. It should be part of your regular maintenance. And also you can see the sun's kind of bright there, but it's got a housing for a backup camera too, so you can always add the Pure backup camera if you want. We'll show you the garage door when you come to pick up. Okay, let's go inside here. All right, get a little quieter in here without that machine chirping at us. So, like I said, when you pick up, you can check this out, but you see you have a fencing that goes all the way around your deck. You can put it in two positions. It has the cable, so you can put it straight out like a patio, or you can drop it to an angle so you can drive your four-wheeler or bikes or whatever you got. You can drive them right up into here. That screen that I showed you in the front compartment, that also hangs back here. This will go up to these top. It's right on these cleats here. Now you can move it up to the top one, so it's up out of the way. And then when it comes to these benches here, you can roll them over so it's more of a bed configuration, or you can roll them back and up so they're out of the way. So you gain the width by putting these in the sewed position, and you gain the height by moving that up to the top cleats. So, all right. Chairs, obviously, they just swivel and rock. Keys, your packet with all your stuff in there. Your range, I don't think the gas is turned on right now, so we'll just talk you through it. But you have three knobs here for your 3 burners. This one here is the sparker. Turn it clockwise to spark. So you're just going to go to on and then spark it to light. Alright, very simple. This is the oven knob here. If you look down here, there's a pilot light at the bottom all the way to the back. So what you have to do is you have to go to the picture of the pilot light, then you depress this, you keep it depressed, you spark it until it lights down here. Once it lights, you still hold it for another 10 or 15 seconds to heat up the thermocouple, and then you can go to operating temperature. The thing is, when you shut it off, the pilot light flame goes out, so you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. You have a blue light and then the oven light below that. Okay, always travel with this shut or in the down position. This is your range hood vent here we talked about. If you're running the fan, you want that baffle open so it flaps freely. You also have a light. Microwave here. Works like any other microwave. You can peel this. On some of this stuff you can still peel the protective stuff off of it. Okay. Refrigerator is a DC compressor refrigerator, so it runs on DC power. Okay. Down here you have 2 devices. This one here is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. Right now the pilot light is glowing green. It should always be green. If not, get it serviced. Okay. This here is your power converter. It converts AC to DC power. So when you're plugged into shore power, you're going to have 110 AC right here at these breakers. These are just like you'd have at home. And then of course they're all labeled. Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC on this side. So you got 12 volt fuses and they're labeled. Also, as long as you're plugged in, this is a battery tender. So as long as you're plugged into shore power, it's going to sense how much energy your battery up on the tongue needs, and it'll always keep it charged up. Of course, when you're pulling it down the road, your tow vehicle is going to be charging the battery. So 2 different ways it gets charged. Okay. Alrighty. This has a solar panel. So that's another way your battery is going to be being charged. Let's see. So it's set at wet battery, which should be. So the only button you have to worry about is the top right one. And we'll go to the beginning. So right now you have 13 point, that's amp hours. You have 12.6 volts in your battery. That's down in just a bit, but we're running off battery right now, so we're not plugged in. So that's right when you look at it in that sense. You push the button again, you see you have amp gain. This is what's coming from your solar panel to your battery. You're gaining 2.6, 2.7 amps from the sunlight, right? It all depends on the time of day, the position of the sun in the sky, the weather, you know. So we can go down to next to nothing, up to 7, you know, 7.5, whatever, you know, everything in between. Then you have amp hours, 13.4 amp hours, that's storage. And of course back to the voltage of the batteries. So it gives you those 4 or 3 readings really. So now if this says FUL and starts flashing and it won't respond when you push the buttons, it's not broke. It's telling you that the batteries are totally full. The battery has no more room for storage. So it won't convert any power at that point. It'll shut the panel down and you'll get that fault, that FUL, the flashing. But as soon as the battery level drops a bit, it'll go right back to the screen and start charging it again, okay? So that's the solar controller for your panel. So that's another way your battery gets charged. Your fireplace, it has all kinds of adjustments. It has a fan, so it's a good space heater, timer, everything you need. And the remote for it is right here, of course. This remote is for this little sound system here. So this has AM FM radio. It has a USB drive, so you can you know, put all your albums onto one USB stick and take them with you, whatever you want to do. You can stream off of it. It has Bluetooth, so you can stream off your phone or your tablet. This HDMI is an in, so if you wanted to go into the system, let's say you got a TV hooked up here, you want to go into the system with, let's say you got a portable Blu-ray player or something, you can go right in there if you wanted to. Alright, also has 2 speaker zones, 1 and 2, 1 is inside the trailer, 2 is the outside, so it does a lot. Okay, here are your TV hookups. This, when you get into more complicated hookups, you got your yellow video and then your red and white audio right here, or you can just hook up to TV right here and do it that way through the antenna. Now this green light tells us that the 360 antenna is on right now. This is the digital signal booster for the antenna. So you always want a green like that, otherwise you won't get a good signal, right? So I could shut it off, but you won't get anything worth watching. So you always want that on when you're using it. You can just leave it on. Okay. This is your plate here that comes off. Obviously hooks to your TV. Okay. Your control panel. Obviously, you have your awning here. Never leave the awning out unattended. Always roll in when you're not going to be at the campsite. Your slide room in and out. Boy, that pallet just about knocked me out there. Excuse me. Your ramp light, all your lights here. This has heating pads on it, right? So all your holding tanks have a heating pad on the tank and somewhere by the valve, so you can extend your camping season, right? Your awning light, ground effect light, your fuel pump, you turn it on and off here, just so you know that's where your master switch is. Your water pump is right here. You use that pump to pump water out of the fresh water tank if you don't have city water. You also use that to winterize the trailer. And of course your levels. Battery, your fresh water. Only one black tank, so only one black tank and a gray, so they graduate up in 1/3 increments, so keep track of where you're at there. Okay, so let me look around in this room, make sure I've covered everything here of importance. Okay, so this is part of your generator prep here also. So it's like I said, it's prepped right down. They even give you the fuel line and everything. You just have to, if you want to add a generator, get one and pop it in. Alrighty. So your bathroom, the sink and shower work like any other sink and shower, of course. The toilet, like all RV toilets, it sits right over a black tank. There's the flush pedal right you have to have water and chemical in it when you use it. You can't use it dry. So when you get to the campground, it sits right over a black tank. Like I said, you hook up your power and your water, you'll put a dose of chemical in the bowl, you'll step down on the pedal until at least a gallon of water goes into the black tank along with the chemical, then it can be used. If you don't do that, if you use it dry, it can get clogged up and it'll smell terrible. It's just a mess. So always use chemical and water first. This is your on-demand water. Now this will not work if there's no water at the under pressure at the water heater. Let's say you're either using city water, which is hooked up, or you have water in the water heater tank and the pump is turned on. If you don't have either one of those, this will not turn on. So, but here we are, it's on. You can change from Fahrenheit to Celsius, whatever. Up and down. It's very simple. So it is as simple as, and this has got a cover over to a film, I mean, but it is as simple as setting the temperature where you want it. I don't want to keep monkeying with it because it should be set more about like that, I think. So anyway, so it's very simple. As soon as you turn the hot water demand, as soon as there's demand for hot water, it will kick on and send you a stream of it. So, okay. I think I got brain damage from the pollen. Oh, man. So, GFCI, all the plugs in the trailer are wired to a GFCI, even the one on the outside. So if you're using a plug outside or using something outside in one of the plugs and it pops, you're going to reset it here. All the plugs are protected. And then you just have regular, you know, like a makeup mirror type thing, and this top secret compartment there. Okay, alrighty. Another TV hookup here, and there's a backer plate there too. That's what that sticker's telling us. Okay, so I think that about does it. If you have more questions when you come to pick up, obviously we can go through anything with you. So I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember what I said about inspecting the roof every 60 days or so. That should be part of your regular maintenance. You're just protecting your investment. Right now this is in camping mode, so all the antifreeze have been replaced with fresh water, and it's all set ready to go. Okay? Thank you.